United Church of Christ. I am Sue Koza, the Vice Moderator. Our moderator, Barry Shelley, is away this weekend. We are an open and affirming congregation who strive to follow Christ's example of extravagant welcome and of compassionately promoting welcome, justice, healing, and wholeness of life. To all who come through our doors, you are welcome here, no matter where you are in life's journey, no matter whom you love, no matter who you are welcome here. We extend a special welcome to visitors and invite you downstairs after our service for coffee, tea, donuts, and other snacks. We would love to have a chance to meet you and invite you to make our church home yours. Please note the announcements printed in the bulletin. Well, we got through it. What a joyous and moving farewell celebration last week for Reverend Patricia and Fred. True to her word, they finished loading the moving truck and moved out of the parsonage and left for Maine on Sunday. They are now in the process of unpacking and settling into their home, and we send them all good wishes and prayers. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard to make the celebration a rousing success. It is because of all of you that the bittersweet day came together so perfectly. It was a fitting send-off. I found a plaque that she left in her office, and I think it works for today. If the sun shines on your soul, what does it matter that it rains outside? The interim search committee has interviewed candidates and will be deciding soon who will best meet our congregation's needs in the upcoming months. The settled pastor search committee has been finishing our profile work and will be meeting this Tuesday at 7 o'clock to continue the process. A bulletin board is being prepared downstairs to keep everyone updated on the progress. There will be a meeting today at 11:30 in the craft room concerning the future of the parsonage. There are still books available, Being the Church, Testimonies of Faith. The cost is $5. Please see Jillian or Dina if you would like a copy. I have read mine, and I can tell you it's a grand testimony to the depth of our congregation's faith, witness, and commitment to God and our church. If you would like to be a lay reader in 2020, please speak to Anne Marie. She is compiling a list for the interim. It looks like we have additional announcements from the floor. Please introduce yourselves as you begin.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Sparling. I have two quick announcements. A music committee. We are having our meeting after church at 11:15 in the library. So I hope to see all of you there. And then youth choir will start up next Sunday at 11:15 in the wing. Thank you.
Hi, Donna Costa for the Organ Completion Committee. Just a reminder that this Wednesday we have midday music for those of you who are available at 12:15. Take a lunch break and come on over. Leonardo Ciampa, who has played for us before, will be here. And he's going to be doing some works by Bach, by Brahms, and also some arrangements of his, of traditional hymn tunes and favorites. Hope to see you then.
Good morning, Solana Home for Vitality. There's going to be a dine 7 at 7 planned for Saturday, February 8th. The sign-up sheet will be downstairs.
Morning. A few different things I have to say today. The food pantry downstairs is full. Yay. If you need anything, or if you know of anybody that needs anything, please don't hesitate to take stuff. If you'd like to take a trip and make donations with the food that's in that pantry to some of the shelters or whatever around, that would be appreciated. So thanks for everybody that's contributing to that. Next week's, this coming Wednesday, our dinner will be ham and scalloped potatoes. There's a sign-up sheet downstairs. Please sign up. We'd love to see you. If you find building issues or things that are broken or something that needs to get fixed, we have a site that you, an email that you can go, fandhe that's F, the letter F, A-N-D-P, it's financing property, at brocktonucc.org. Just throw that in there, just send an email off and I'll have that. And so, or you can just always leave a note on my desk if you find something. The final thing I'd like to say is that we have set up a mother's nursing station. It's downstairs in the craft room. I've got some curtains hung up and a nice comfy chair there and a little lamp. And so if there's a mother that needs to nurse, they have some privacy and they can go in there and take care of their child's needs. So thank you.
Hello, Debbie Goldman here, and I'm wearing my big hat this morning. We are excited as Brockton Interfaith is going to be promoting a maker space in Brockton. The grand opening is on Thursday and Friday. It's in your bulletin. There's some flyers downstairs if you want to grab some and post it somewhere in the community. If you have any questions about what a maker space is, basically this is an opportunity for you to share a skill or to take a class. It's very exciting. If you want to hear more about it, talk to me or check out our website. And thanks so much.
Let us now open our hearts and minds to God's presence here among us. We begin our service by singing hymn number 67, O God, our help in ages past. Please stand if you are able.
Please join with me in the responsive call to worship found on the front page of your bulletin. Ascribe to the Lord, heavenly beings. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of his strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of God's name. Worship the Lord and most heaven. May the Lord give strength to God's people. May the Lord bless God's people with peace.
Lord.
morning is from the prophet Isaiah, found in the 42nd chapter. Here is my servant whom I uphold, my chosen, in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him. He will bring forth justice to the nations. He will not cry or lift up his voice or make it heard in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and a dimly burning wick he will not quench. He will faithfully bring forth justice. He will not grow faint or be crushed until he has established justice in the earth, and the coastlines wait for his teaching. Thus says God the Lord, who created the heavens and stretched them out, who spread out the earth and what comes from it, who gives breath to the people upon it, and spirit those who walk in it. I am the Lord. I have called you in righteousness. I have taken you by the hand and kept you. I have given you as a covenant to the people, a light to the nations. The wisdom of Scripture. Thanks be to God. We'll now have a moment from our missions team.
Good morning. Your missions committee here at Christ Congregational Church would like to let you know from time to time where your missions dollars go. So I would like to highlight one contribution that we made this year. I'm going to start out by saying that I have that speech impediment, sometimes known affectionately as the Boston accent. So when I say the word it is A-R-T. It's going to be a lot of that word. There is a college in Boston called Mass Art, and I'm just going to read a little bit of their web description to you. At Mass Art, we've always believed that art is an igniting force or privilege. We're committed to providing an education and the promise of a future based on talent, ambition, and drive. As the first publicly supported freestanding visual arts college in the U.S., we take great pride in our ability to nurture and support students with extraordinary creative promise, regardless of limitations in college prep opportunities or financial status. Within the college, there's a program offered called Outward Bound, and this is the organization to which we contributed this year. I'll read a little bit of their description of the program. Outward Bound is a free 4-year college access program that prepares 9 to 12th grade Boston area students interested in art and design with the artistic, academic, and life skills needed to thrive in college and beyond. We seek students who are passionate about art and design and have an interest in attending art school, live and go to school in Boston, are underserved in terms of access to the arts, meet academic standards and portfolio requirements, and have financial need. I think these descriptions show you what touched our hearts and made us want to contribute to this worthy program. And it is a program which not only helps young people thrive economically but spiritually, giving those who are less fortunate an opportunity to shine their light in the world. Thank you.
So this is the time when we have a word for children. And normally I would invite the children up here, but I think this is actually a word that's important for all of us. So I'm going to come down to you if that's okay. Okay. So friends of all ages, who knows what the word is for today? Interim, exactly. And it's maybe a word you've been hearing a lot about recently. Have you been hearing that word a lot? Yes, because we as a congregation are now in the interim. What does that mean? So the word just by itself, right, means kind of like the time in between something and something else. And for us specifically, it means the time in between when we said goodbye to Reverend Patricia last week and the time that'll happen until we call and welcome our new settled pastor. So, during the interim, some things will be very much the same as they have been. Let's see, what will be the same? We'll have Murray and Sylvia and the choir will come and they will have wonderful music that we will worship with. We will have Lauren and David providing ASL interpretation for us. Oh, this is a good one. If you are a young person or you're just young at heart and you go to Sunday school, we will have Sunday school and youth group and confirmation. And what's also important is that we will all be here for each other as well. We will continue to be a congregation that loves one another and supports one another. These things won't change. Now there are some things that will change. So in a few weeks, hopefully, we will welcome an interim minister. And so an interim minister is someone who comes especially during the interim time, this time in between, to help us get ready for the new pastor that we're going to welcome. And during this time, while the interim minister's here and we're all here, there's a special search committee that's going on who's looking for our brand new pastor that we're going to welcome. If you're on the search committee, could you maybe like throw your hand up and wave it around a little bit? Some of you, got some, we got some over here. Yeah. So all of these things will be happening in this time, in this interim time between. So some things will be different, and some things will be the same. But I want to stress what's really important in this interim time is that we all keep doing what we do. You and me, all of you, which is that we keep showing up for one another. Right? We keep coming here, we keep loving one another through the good times and the hard times. We hold each other in like the sadness that it is to say goodbye to someone we care about. And we hold each other as we look forward as a congregation, thinking about who we're going to welcome and also just who we are as a loving group of people together as one community. All of these things will happen in the time in between, this interim time. And I'm so excited to be on this journey with all of you. And thank you for being on this journey with me and with each other. So now comes the fun part for some of you. It's fun for you who, stay too, but if you are young or young at heart and would like to join us in Sunday school, now is the time. I'll meet you at the back of the church. Thank you.
reconciliation that's printed in the bulletin. We are precious in your sight, yet we often forget that we are your beloved. We confess that our love can be fickle and inconstant. We follow selfish goals and deny change. Create in us a clean heart, strengthen our resolve, reconcile us one to another, and bless us with your peace. Amen.
We have a new Kyrie for everybody, and so 267 is where it can be found. We're going to be doing this over the next few weeks, so please join in.
Will you pray with me? May the words of my mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable to you, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. The United Church on the Green, UCC Church,
church is in downtown New Haven, Connecticut. The historic building houses a beautiful sanctuary, classic New England white meeting house on the green. But the parish house is 2 blocks away. And that's where all the offices, the meeting rooms, the fellowship hall, and the church school classrooms are. So as Director of Christian Education, I was responsible to get the children from the meeting house to the parish house safely each Sunday morning. There are about 15 to 20 children in the church school program, but we had to cross 2 very busy downtown streets and navigate crooked sidewalks and old stone steps. So I introduced them to the lifeline, a long piece of rope, nodded at intervals, and told them that they must grab the rope and not let go until we were safely at the parish house. Keep together. We go as slowly as the littlest one can go. Look both ways. Keep going if the light changes in mid-rope. The cars will have to wait. We are one unit. The honking is celebrating us. Let's sing a song. We would sing all the camp and VBS songs we knew, or I would make up a song to sing for our little pilgrimage. Walking down the road with Jesus our lifeline. Well, I'm walking down the road with Jesus our lifeline. I'm walking down the road with Jesus our lifeline. Won't let go of Jesus our lifeline. Crossing the big street, climbing up the stairs. So you get the drift. So we are now in this time of transition when we live between pastors, but we are not without a lifeline. This has always been Christ's church. He's the one we cling to. He's the one that gives us our marching and walking orders to be the shining light that Reverend Patricia urged us to be. She said, "You are bringing the light of God to a world that needs light. You are shining in the darkness, and what a wonderful blessing that is." When Jesus was baptized by John in the Jordan, he received a message from God that told him he was a beloved Son with whom I am well pleased. And it was only last week that Reverend Patricia told us we are a beloved community, a blessing of people who care about being God's chosen and who know that we're all God's chosen, a blessing of people who know the importance of walking with Jesus. I don't know about you, but I get nervous when someone calls me a blessing. I'm not sure I'm up to the task of being a blessing. I make mistakes, and with the best intentions I say the wrong thing, or I do the wrong thing and end up hurting people. It's easier to be a cracked pot than a perfect vessel for God's service. And I always say that I'm very good at living up to low expectations. I wonder if Jesus felt humbled or encouraged by the voice of God telling him he was a beloved son. What if having low expectations of myself is a cop-out? A way to excuse myself from living up to my God-given and God-expected lifelong service of words and deeds that bring light to a darkened world. But I'm not alone in this. What if there is a blessedness in me and in you just for permission to let loose and shine. What if an epiphany star is living within each of us, trying to find an escape clause or a lifeline of love? Last Sunday, Reverend Patricia used the Epiphany symbol of the star to encourage us to be the light that shines in the darkness. And she told us that the stars have names like love and kindness, patience and forgiveness, faithfulness and belief. And I guess I would add the name of courage for those who feel a bit lost or overwhelmed or timid. The prophet Isaiah spoke for God in saying, I am the Lord. I have called you in righteousness. I have taken you by the hand and kept you. I have given you as a covenant to the people, a light to the nations. You know, the hymn, Precious Lord, Take My Hand, was written by Thomas Dorsey. Not the band leader, Tommy Dorsey, but Thomas Andrew Dorsey, the son of a black preacher. Thomas was born in a small town in Georgia and studied music as the family moved to Atlanta and then Chicago. As a young man in Chicago, Thomas played barrel house piano in one of Al Capone's speakeasies and led a jazz band. Well, the heavens opened for Thomas, and he had a conversion experience, and so he began to write gospel music. 11 years later, he was leading music in St. Louis when he received a telegram informing him that his wife had just died. He called home, and all he could hear was, Nettie is dead. Nettie is dead. A friend drove him through the night to get home, and when he arrived home, he learned that his baby boy had died as well in childbirth. He wrote, I began to feel that God had done me an injustice. I didn't want to serve him anymore or write any more gospel songs. But the next Sunday, he had a strange feeling inside, a sudden calm and quietness. He said, as my fingers began to manipulate over the keys, words began to fall into place on the melody, like drops of water falling from the crevice of the rock. Precious Lord, take my hand. I am tired. Let me stand. I am tired. I am weak. I am worn. You know, this song was a favorite of Martin Luther King Jr. And it was sung by Mahalia Jackson at his funeral. Thomas Dorsey became known as the father of gospel music and composed hundreds of gospel songs that have been avenues of grace for so many people over the years. 4 of his songs are in our hymnal. Precious Lord, Take My Hand, and The Lord Will Make a Way Somehow. Ram Dass said that we are all just walking each other home. Brothers and sisters in Christ, there is a divine hand being held out to you this day. Grasp it. Hold on to it for dear, sweet life. God hears your cries. God knows all about the storms. God will lead us on to the light because he gave us the light of Christ. Stick together. Look both ways. We can go as slowly as we need. Don't mind the We are one beloved community. We are a light to the nations. May we have the courage to answer our calling and grab onto the lifeline of love in Jesus the Christ. Walking hand in hand with Jesus our lifeline, well, we're walking hand in hand with Jesus our lifeline, well, we're walking hand in hand with Jesus our lifeline, won't let go of Jesus our lifeline. Thanks be to God. Let us be in prayer. Most gracious God, we thank you for this day and for the miracles that you have waiting for us. in this Epiphany season. We thank you for calling us to be your beloved community. We lift to those who are on our minds and in our hearts this day. And we pray especially for the family of Bill Ames and for Nancy recovering from a devastating car accident. We pray for all those we named as we lit candles for them. Be with all those who mourn, all those who deal with disease and tragedy. Be the comforting word of grace that can fill the emptiness with blessing, the darkness with light. We pray for all those in the military and for the leaders of this nation. We pray for peace on the earth and for an end to all warfare. We pray for a time when no child must live in terror, when no one dies of starvation. And we pray for the people of Australia dealing with all the fires. We pray for those facing floods and other unnatural disasters. Teach us how to be people of compassion to our neighbors around the globe. Merciful God, you know the secrets of our hearts, the dark places of our minds, and the holes in our souls. Come to us with your healing ways. Take us by the hand and lead us to the ways of peace and compassion. May we be faithful disciples of the living Christ, in whose name we pray. And we pray now together as Jesus taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
We are all children of God, walking each other home, holding on to that lifeline. And we find ourselves here on our journey as a family. We come here from many different places, many different gifts, many different skills. We come here as a family, some for our first time, some have been here for years. And we're reminded that all we have is a gift. All that we share is a blessing. All that we become in gratitude and generosity is a servant of Christ. Our morning offering will now be given and received.
Thank
accept these gifts of time and treasure we bring to follow them with your blessing, that we may be strengthened for the work of your kingdom on earth, even as it is in heaven. Amen. Please remain standing for our closing hymn, number 453 in your hymnal, Called as Partners in Christ's Service.